children. Today on Story Time, I'm going to read a story to all of you children out there. This is Miss Cate, and I love to read, and I thought I'd share a book that I wrote with all of you. The story is called You Are Enough. You are enough. I'm going to read it for you today in the story time. And you should love you. You are enough. Love you. Here's a pair of hands given 5. Give me 5 or give me 10. You are you and I am me. Love yourself as you love others. Be kind and good to your friends. To all you see, be the best that you can be. Words can hurt, and you might be told you are not important. Please know that you are very important. You have to be because you are you. What else would you be? There's some warm fuzzies for you right here. Look at those warm fuzzies. Words can put you down. Words can build you up. Warm fuzzies mean so much. The words you say to you will fill your heart with truth. Be kind to yourself with words that lift your mood. Smiling as you do. Always smile. Here's another pair of hands. Given 10. Give me 10. Raise your hands and shout it loud. When you say kind things, you will be really proud. Always treat your friends, old and new, the way you want them to treat you. Wave high in the sky to your friends to say hello and goodbye. I love you. I hope you love being you. Enjoy the things that you like to do. What you like to do is what you like to do. We do not all look alike. We do not all dress alike. We don't all sing alike. We do not all dance alike. We do not do art alike or anything we do. We all do things different. So just be you. Here's the rainbow. There you are, right in the middle, between some friends, having fun. When you look in the mirror, who do you see? Someone doing okay and special to your important point of view? That's you! You know who you are. You know your opinion matters. What you believe about you. And you can draw a picture of yourself. This is you. This is me. You can draw a picture of yourself. Just give it a try. You will see how much fun it is. Just draw a picture of yourself. Stay kind and bright. Be that light to others who need to see the truth. If anyone tries to tell you not to shine, know they are not doing what is best for you. You are lovable, so let that love shine on through. Smile because you are you. Here's a robot for you. Don't be a robot, but you can draw a fun robot. If you are upset and your emotions are high, keep knowing that you might be sensitive too. No problem at all. You are unique and no one else is exactly like you. No one is. You are allowed to be you. You can have a dog or a puppy and raise it. It's so much fun. Not everyone on this big blue ball we call Earth is feeling the same. Have your feelings and do not feel shame. If you didn't do anything wrong, do not let them put the blame on you. You can react logically no matter what they say or do. You can be kind and know what you see. You are enough and the best you can be. Here you are with a friend. You can draw yourself with a friend at school or wherever you have fun. Your heart is beating and it cries out for love. Never believe the words said about you that are unloving. Be the kid that smiles when you are happy and not afraid to cry when you are sad. Whether smiling or wearing a frown, you know what to do. Try to have fun just being you. Just be yourself. Be you. Here's some race cars that you could make in school or any club that you belong to. The Scouts. Just be yourself. You are doing okay. You are doing the best you can. You are not bad. You might make a mistake. Someone might put you down. Mistakes are made by everyone. You learn to do it better the next time. Don't ever give up. Try again and again and do it for you. When your best is what you see, you are all you need to be. Enjoy everything that you do and have joy when you're being you. Make it fun and be you while doing what you do. The opinion that matters is the one you know is true. Love you. You are enough. Keep going for the dream you want to be. You can keep trying. If at first you fail at what you want to do, dream on. Be you. You can do it. Never be anything less than you. And here's another cool robot. You can draw robots and have some fun. And then a heart to show how much you love someone. Do not live for others' opinions or what they say, whether good or bad, great or nitpicky. You know what you want. You be what you want to be. You are enough. Be you, love you, care for you, become what you want for you. You love you, then you will love me too. I love you. And here's some poetry I wrote. I'm going to read the poem called You. You. When it comes to love, you are told to love everyone, of course, but no one mentions the most important source. You are with them every day, and they are somebody from whom you can never get away. You are the one who is with yourself always. So love yourself now, forever, and a day. That is the way to love healthy and learn to love okay. Keep your heart happy by loving everyone. Never forget the person to always go along. You are more special than the bully or the creep. Love yourself right through it. Don't you dare go back to sleep. Stay awake. Be aware. Know who you are. Keep on believing in yourself. That is no mistake. And the next poem is called Favorite. Do you have a favorite? I bet you do. No doubt a flavor of some ice cream for you. I have a favorite food, and that is cheese. But not everyone likes what I like, and you can like what you please. I love cheese, so my favorite dessert is something that to me is great. My favorite is cheesecake, and possibly something you might hate. We all have our favorites when it comes to food, or clothes, or play. We all have our own favorites, and that is just fine, okay? And the next poem is called Colors. Colors. I like blue, and you like red. Some might like green instead. My friend likes purple, and my sister likes yellow. My sister's friend likes orange, and he is a fine fellow. There are so many colors, and they all are so fun. Why do some like even brown, black, white, or not even have one? We all have our choices to like what we might. If you like a rainbow of colors, that would be all right. Then a poem I wrote, The Longest Poem. The longest poem. I wrote this poem in a minute. I wrote this poem on my way. I wrote this poem in 4 weeks or a month of Sundays. When I think of you and how wonderful you are, I can write about you from the moon to a star. What was God thinking when he decided to make you? He must have been giving out some fun-loving hearts to you. You are the greatest with such a loving heart. You always smile and kiss my cheek whenever we have to part. You never let me stand alone. I am more important than your phone. You walk beside me and take your time. I am your daughter. That's why I rhyme. I had to write this about you and how you treat me right. I love you in the day and I love you in the night. You always tell me that you love me and you show it every day. I know it's true that I love you in every single way. You talk the talk and walk the walk and do the very best you can. The best is right up there with the top of every other man. You are my dad, and I am so blessed to have you every day. I can truly say I'm glad, and that is all I'll say. But then again, I said this was the longest poem ever. I do not know how long to make it, or should I stop whenever? You took me to my favorite park, the one I love, like heaven. I remember we went back again when I just turned 11. Not only do you let me in on all the family talk, you tell me to look you in the face when you stop me from my walk. Hey, wait up, you say to me. I want to go along. And while we walk, I hope you don't mind if we could sing a song. When I ask you for an expensive toy, you always say, hey, honey, I'll let you know in a kind, loving way, we can't afford that kind of money. When I don't understand something going on, you explain to me what it's about until my fear is gone. You explain it to me in a loving way. You never tell me to just go away. Even though I am already 13 years old now, you still take the time to hug me with a tight hold, even though I'm only 13 years old. I love you so much, and you are like the best thing since sliced bread. I drew a big heart for you, and I colored it red. You immediately hung it on the refrigerator with some tape. You are my superhero not wearing a cape. This is the longest poem I ever did write. I sat up writing it almost all night. I can't wait to see how wonderful the rest of my growing up will be. We have been talking about my wedding since I turned just age 3. You have been so nurturing and loving through all of these years. I will end my poem now because I am crying happy tears. And here's the big red heart. Love. The longest poem is over. The next poem I wrote this poem. Lime, eggs, and some kind of meat. Lime, eggs, and some kind of meat. I like a doctor in my town. He sometimes laughs and sometimes wears a frown. I can't remember his name right now. It doesn't rhyme with the word cow. It rhymes with Dr. Moose or something like that. He wrote a long story about a cat. He wrote so many books, you see. He is my favorite doctor. What else would he be? When I was age 6 or 7 or 8, I would read that book real late. I would read it inside, outside, and out back. I loved that story, and nothing did it lack. I told a funny story about eggs. I read it running around on my legs. I read it with my cat named Mike. I read it, and this book I like. I read it in my Sunday best. I read it after I took a rest. I read it when it was hot outside. I read it when I took a ride. I read that story that went something like that. I read it when I wore my hat. I read it until I went to bed. That story will forever be stuck in my head. The next poem is called Unique. You are unique. Unique. As long as you have hair to comb, as long as you have heart, it doesn't matter how you dress or how you part your hair or how your hair you part. You are the only you around. You are the only one. You are unique as you have found. So go out and have some fun. Introduce yourself to some other kids. When out playing during school, there is no special way to do it. There is no special rule. Just walk right up and say hi to them and then tell them your name. Ask them if they want to play. Then they will do the same. They will say, okay, what shall we do? Run, skip, hop, or jump? You might make 100 friends without getting a bump. The next poem is called Some. Some children like to be around a lot of others. Some would rather be alone or with one or two close brothers. Some kids are tall, some kids are short. Some kids would rather build a fort. Some kids can run real fast and jump real high. Some kids would rather take their pet bye-bye. Some kids like math and some do not. Some kids like science, and they do that a lot. Some kids look you right in the eye. Some kids won't do that, and they'd rather cry. No matter which kid you are today, you are enough here and now and always. And to close the book, I wrote a really short story, and my pen name is Cate, but the story for ending is called Dance in the Rain. Kathy's mom was looking all around the house for her that bright summer day in the month of June. She wanted Kathy to go clean her bedroom. Kathy quite often would rather sing or take a walk than clean. Who wouldn't? Mom was at her wits' end trying to find Kathy. Where could she be? Mom said as she checked in the living room one more time. She finally found Kathy outside in the backyard. Kathy was crawling all around the green grass looking down. Mom wondered why she was doing this. Why are you crawling around in the backyard looking around in the grass? Asked Mom. Kathy answered, I am looking for a 4-leaf clover. Mom didn't really understand why she was looking for a 4-leaf clover, since they were so rare and far and few between. Mom reminded Kathy that she would have to clean her bedroom before she could go to her softball game that evening at 7 o'clock. Kathy said she would be sure to get her room cleaned that afternoon. Kathy continued her search for the 4-leaf clover. About an hour later, Kathy found a bright green 4-leaf clover. Most clovers only had 3 leaves, and she found a 4-leaf clover. She jumped for joy that she found the thing that her friend at school said would bring her good luck. Kathy wanted to have a little bit of good luck, since she didn't always believe she was loved or had any kind of luck at all. Kathy tried so hard to get straight A's on all her studies at school to please her mom. She always did her very best and studied. She just couldn't seem to get any higher than the grade of a B on her tests. She was starting to believe she must be stupid. Kathy's grandma lived just down the street, so she ran to her house to visit. She noticed that the sky was getting darker and there were dark, heavy clouds forming in the sky. Kathy wanted to get to Grandma's before the big rainstorm hit. But it was too late. The clouds started spewing out huge drops of rain. Kathy could either be upset or try to have a little fun. As she walked down the sidewalk to her grandma's house, she remembered how happy her mom used to be. Kathy always wondered if she was not good enough for her mom. When she got to her grandma's house, she asked her grandma, "Why is my mom always upset with me? Do I have to get all A's on my report card to be loved by her?" Grandma replied, "No way. You are unique, and you always do the best you can. I love you just the way you are. You are doing okay and the best that you can. Then you are doing enough. You are enough. You love you, and you will love others too." Kathy danced in the rain all the way home. She must have spent over an hour talking to her grandma. Her grandma's words were uplifting and kind. Kathy didn't have to go to her softball game that evening. Because of the rain, the game was canceled. She did clean her bedroom. That made her mom happy. What else could she do? Her mom wanted her to be seen and not heard. Kathy tried and never succeeded at getting her mom to see her as enough. Kathy knew from her grandma's wisdom and from her own heart that she was enough. You are enough is what she knew and believed. She was dancing in the rain. Never forget that you are enough and love yourself. Love you. Love yourself. And the last little story is feelings. I'm going to end with that. Feelings. Did you ever feel so strong about a feeling that you had? You thought you would burst at the seams and wanted to tell your dad? Feelings are something you just have. They aren't always right or wrong. You can't go by your feelings or you might stay up worrying all night, and that would be long. How do you feel about this watercolor painting? Don't go by your feelings ever. Like the sum above, all are not alike, and someone might love this watercoloring painting, all right? So go to bed and get some sleep, and don't you say a single peep. I love you. So, good night.